So you may have heard that thoughts are things. So I want to break that down for you today. What exactly does that mean? Thoughts are things. Uh, First of all, let's call thoughts a form of energy. They do have an energy. They have an electromagnetic field. They have a field of energy, and we do not generate our own thoughts. So just process that for a second. You may have heard me say that before, that we do not generate our thoughts. So what happens? So how do we get these thoughts? So, you might be thinking, well, I think these thoughts. I like, they come from me. And that's not necessarily true. So what's actually happening is you are constantly vibrating or sending out a frequency into the field. And the field is the field of energy that we all live in. There is no empty space, even inside an atom. Where when scientists say, well, it's 99.99% empty space, that it's not empty space. There's a network of energy, and it's been photographed out in outer space where they thought it was void. There was nothing there, and there's the Chandra telescope photographed that area, and it looked amazing, and like all these sort of almost like neural networks, which is very interesting. So how it looked, sort of spider web like, but more like a network of neurons actually. So let's just get clear on that. Uh, there's this field of energy that we live in, or and even are made up of and generate, and we are this field of energy. So the way our field broadcasts into the greater field, you can call it consciousness, or let's just call it the field to keep this scientific. Um, we we have a broadcast that goes out into this field, and we affect this field with the broadcast that we're sending out. So that broadcast that gets sent out is generated through our our feelings, our emotions, and our thoughts. And so sometimes the thoughts that we connect with will, if we have a type of thought, we'll have a similar type of thought right after, and then build on another similar type of thought that we build on after. So what happens is these thoughts, we do not generate them. We attract them into our field. So these thoughts have energy. They have their own energy. They are energy, and these thoughts have existed for millions and millions of years. You're not the only one that has that thought. That thought has come through other people as well. So it's very rare that there's an original thought. Usually, what happens is our energy aligns with the thoughts we think. And how does that happen? So what happens is we generally have a feeling in our body, and emotional feeling, and based on our uh, perception of reality, we think certain thoughts, and you may have been told before that our thoughts generate our feelings, and our feelings generate our emotions, and yes, that's true to a certain point. Sometimes you could be having let's say a negative thought, even though I don't like that word, a disempowering thought, and which would make you feel sad or down. But even while you're having that thought, you could physically change your physiology and in turn change your emotion and therefore attract a different thought. So, you start to feel good, you could attract the thought, oh wow, I'm feeling good. So it's that vibration, that energy that we're sending out from our body that aligns with the thought forms at the electromagnetic level. So when we're sending out thoughts, or when we're receiving thoughts and then processing them or experiencing them, um, uh, we're actually adding some energy to it. So, this thought, energetic thought, will come in. We'll actually um, experience that energy, and sometimes we put an intention on it. Sometimes we have a feeling from it, and which in turn sends out our broadcast, our signal into the field. Now, the field being made up of uh, electromagnetic energy responds to our electromagnetic energy. So a lot of times we'll align with a thought and process it through our mind, and it gets sent out. So now there's this a signal that's being sent out, and that signal gets sent out into the universe, and it might be empowering, it might be disempowering, uh, uh, it might be something we want to attract, and a lot of times it's something we don't want to attract into our life, but we still think the thought. uh, you know, uh, Certain thoughts like, "Oh, this is so hard, and life's so difficult, and um, I always end up losing." Whatever that is. And then, because of those thoughts, we generate a feeling in our body, and our heart sends out an electromagnetic field out into and is broadcasting into the field. And the heart's electrical energy is 60 times more powerful than the brain's electrical energy. And the magnetic field of the heart is 100 times stronger than the brain signals. So, and that's been measured. And so when you have the feeling in your heart, that magnetic field that goes out into the field, the reality, what we consider reality, this reflection, it starts to magnetize those things that we're sending out with our thoughts. So especially when we align the feeling with it. So we send out a thought. It's electrical signal, mostly. Well, it's electromagnetic signal gets sent out, and then we generate feelings in our heart uh, based on those thoughts. And when that electromagnetic field goes out into the field and starts to draw into ourselves the things that the attraction to that field. So if our emotions are disempowering, then disempowering uh, energy comes into our reality, our reflection, and that is what manifests for us. So if we have an empowering uh, electromagnetic energy that's going out, or the signal that we're broadcasting, then we're attracting in empowering reality. So uh, you know, uh, feelings of well-being, and we can create well-being in our reality. So there's an example. That's how I wanted to just talk about thoughts and how we actually don't generate them. We align to them, and it works both ways. We can align to a thought, bring bring it in, and then generate a feeling, or we have a feeling which broadcasts the thought that we align to. So we have the power to control this. So it's not like we are victims of our circumstance. You absolutely have the power to control it as long as you have that vision. As long as you have a goal that you're trying to achieve, something that you're focusing on. Because if you leave it to random unconscious thoughts, then what happens is the subconscious starts to produce the feelings. We have these subconscious thoughts or subconscious energy that comes up that aligns with these thought forms. So purposely go through your day with exactly what you want to attract into your life. That's all for now. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.